What about the patterns that you use? You use a lot of floral patterns.
Floral? Oh.
Well, not necessarily all floral, but you use a lot that are floral.
Do I? I don't know. Whatever works. I don't necessarily. I don't know. I don't think I know exactly. You'd have to refer to a particular painting, like on a dress or a.
Yeah, like you just tend to have a lot of patterns in general, like in wallpaper or tablecloth.
Well, that fills out the painting. I think you've got to address the four corners of the painting, and you've got to find various devices to carry the images out to the very end. And it's really like you're really creating a checkerboard feeling, so that every square inch of the canvas should be have a pattern going on in it all the way out to the four corners. Does that explain it?
So what artists do you think influenced your work?
Oh, Picasso, Matisse, Henri Rousseau, Max Beckmann, and American folk artists.
So some of your favorites, then,
yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, Rembrandt, a little bit way back. That's all I can think of for them. Oh, Bonnard is another one that did too. So it comes you get a lot of different directions.
What was it like when you were at RISD?
From your point of view, old-fashioned. We were young and nuts. We were married as students and broke.
Had been through the war.
She was a student too. I got a couple of yearbooks I brought out to show you what it was like. But you're not going to be able to put that on the microphone. But yeah, it was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. Just as crazy then as the RISD students are today.
But you've been through the service.
Yeah, I spent 39 months in the Air Force. And then so I was a little bit older than some of the other kids in my class.
Well, we had a lot of
a lot of veterans came back. Yeah. So I was there, and I entered in 1948 and graduated in 1952. And you went in 1945
and graduated in
49. Yeah, a year so before I did.
Mm.
So do you feel like that your experience in the service influenced you at all as an artist?
No, quite the contrary. We had other things to do, and it just took me. I had some sketches when I was in the service, but not very much. There just wasn't time to do much of anything. So hope, pray that you get out alive. That's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Kathy was wondering about your medium. She said that acrylic is difficult to work with.
Acrylic?
Acrylic.
She said it?
She thought that it was difficult to work with.
No, I don't find it difficult. It dries fast.
Yeah, it does. It dries fast.
But my ideas come fast. I'm changing things all the time. And the other thing is that the one thing I don't like about it is that the paint will dry a shade darker than when you put it on. And I remember telling that Gordon Piers once asked me, why don't you use oil? And I said, well, I don't like working with all those fumes and things in a small space. So I thought I'd try acrylic. And he said it dried too fast for him. And I also told him that it dried a shade darker than when you put it on. And he said, oh, I wouldn't like that. So he stuck with oil.
So what happens when it dries and then you want to make changes?
You just go over the
You just
top.
go right over it?
Or you can take paint remover and a putty knife and hack it out, as I've done many times, and go back to the bare canvas again. But if you've got stuff there you don't like, you just paint over the top. So it's a pretty good medium.
It makes things pretty flat, though. So
Yeah.
You haven't wanted to work with more texture in your work?
No, I like it flat like
You like
that.
it flat?
Yeah.
And some of your work has, like, the collaging in it. Like, we have the diptych of the card players right now.
Yeah.
And you have, like, a whole arm that you just kind of stuck on.
It looks stuck on.
It looks stuck on.
Probably.
Is it painted on?
Yeah, yeah. Probably what I did is tape the canvas, made a drawing on the tape. I have done this many times, and then cut the image out. This is so I get a hard edge. And that arm probably is a reflection of that action. I probably had the arm drawn on the tape, and I cut it out. I like that. It gives it the feeling of a collage.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I like that effect. And I think that's what I did with that painting.
Right, so it gives you more dimension.
Yeah, well, it gives sharp edges,
Mm-hmm.
is what you get out of that.
I don't think I have any more questions, actually.
You don't have it?
No.
Good.
Unless you want to make
the storm.
unless you want to make any comments.
No, I could show you, you asked about what it was like at RISD.
Mm-hmm.
I could show you what we looked like back then. A lot better looking than we are now. I'm gonna tell you that. So you can see we've changed a bit. We had a little more here. I was moving it down. And this is RISD, this is Ruth. And this is James Herbert. You got some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And this is Ruth here, sitting behind Irene Herman, who's the chubby girl in front. So this is what we looked like back in those days. See, we got dressed up for photographs in those days. Kids today don't do that. So I think my class was a little, 1952, we were a little more informal. See, I haven't seen these guys in a million years.
Yeah, I'm assuming they didn't paint in those suits.
What?
I'm assuming they didn't paint in those
Oh,
suits.
no.